think the weatherman was a little off today. See, it is Wednesday, November 16th, 2022, Yankeetown. I think it was 71 degrees at launch time. It is 7:10 a.m. and the winds were supposed to be 10 to 15 from the northwest. I got the northwest right. Man, it's blowing. There's even a guy in the parking lot staring at the water when I pulled up, debating on whether or not he wanted to get out in his kayak. He took off down the creek, went straight out front. He normally fishes out there way out front in a channel with shrimp. He does well. Guy catches fish. Anyhow, I'm scooting over here to the northwest side of the creek. I'm going to try to get out of the wind a little bit, and then I'm going to go up here a ways, take a left, take these small creeks. I'm going to fish these small creeks back here. I haven't fished back here in 10 months to a year. This creek I'm heading to, so we'll see how that goes. Let's see, the high tide was this morning at 6:08, and I believe it was a 2.8, and then low tide will be this afternoon, I believe around 2:22, and it's going to be a 0.6. So no negative. And there goes the heron. So yeah, I'm going to stick here, ride the wind along that side, and then duck back into these smaller creeks where whatever goes. I should be fishing rather than yakking. But, let me get back here. Maybe we'll give it a shot. Get the gear warmed up, right? That's important. See what else we have. No rain today. Cloudy throughout the morning, and then partly cloudy in the afternoon. I don't know how long it'll be. All right, probably going to do the same. Take these back creeks to the no-name creek. Said I haven't been there almost a year. Just fished around it. Brian has fished it recently and said he had a good day back there, so he suggested I go reacquaint myself with it. Why not? It's crazy though, huh? You come fishing, just one launch, then there's so many places to go that within a short paddle from the launch there's a place you haven't been in a year. So, but that's the beauty of it, right? So many choices. So many choices. So let's hope for a good day today. Fighting this wind, I don't know. We'll make it work. I was watching a YouTube video with a guy who had fished here a couple days, and I was surprised that people don't pay as much attention to the tides and the wind. I mean, for me, the tide definitely affects my route, as does the wind. Now certainly I could paddle against the wind and ride it back, or I could hide from the wind, fish along the way, battle it half as hard, and plan a route where the wind takes me back. I think I've probably every video, I mentioned at least some part of that plan. Tide out, wind back, tide out, tide back, or a combination. But yeah, it definitely makes for a more pleasant day on the water when you check the tides, the wind, the weather, cloud cover. Or you could just go and deal with it. But you know, when you're doing 5 to 8 miles or so. Uh-oh. Now, how did I lose that? How did I lose that tail? Didn't even feel it. All right. I keep just a small box of soft plastics. I don't bring an assortment like a Fruit Loop box. Just a couple of my favorites. Right ahead of us here is that creek I'm taking up, and you can see the tide coming out, and the wind is helping it. So, and once I get back, not by those trees there, but that second group of trees, the direction of the outgoing tide will change. Here you can see it's coming from the west to east, and then turning south, and then it goes back west towards the Gulf. So, oh yeah, here we go. So while I'll have the wind pushing against me, once I get up there, tide will be at least with me. We'll see who wins out. I'm gonna guess the wind, but it'll definitely be a little easier. See, you get against this, you get a chance for a cast maybe, and then till you start doing the proverbial 2 steps forward. In this case, 2 strokes forward, 1 kayak length backward. How about that? Makes sense, huh? Alright, this is what I'm looking at. Going down this creek, the tide is going out. That means the tide is this wind. I mean, this is just a creek, and it looks like we could have whitecaps. And this is a sustained wind, man. This is not gusts. There's the main creek right ahead. There's the mud bar poking up. I might try this creek to the right and come back. Tell you what, man. This wind sure makes you practice your skills. Whew. Or develop skills if you don't have them. I decided to take that creek I mentioned earlier on the right. Let's see here. It goes behind this island in front if you stay to the left. If you stay to the right up here, it'll take you all the way to the other creek. But I'm going to stick with the no-name creek today, whether I like it or not. Grind one out. See what happens. Lost one. Little red. Turn my bait upside down. Run one down. I'm going to sharpen this hook a little bit. Never a bad thing, right? Alright, getting out to the main creek. Actually, I had mentioned point B where I wanted to fish, but I fished this back creek first. Now I get out here and the wind, this is not even in the main creek. Look at this wind. The main creek runs east to west, and I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to call it a day. Yeah, this would be what I'd be facing trying to fish all the way out front to make the turn to come back to the launch creek, and it's not going to happen. Damn the weatherman. Although that's point B, I should fish it, huh? Yeah, it's hard not to. That's all. I just wanted to go right there. Then I turn that corner, it's going to be just like this. I had to come back. Nah. So close, but yet so far. Although I will be going against the tide a little bit on the way back. Oh, that was a close decision. Nah. I gotta head back. Well, we're getting closer to the launch. Still 30 minutes maybe if I fish it. Yeah, this wind, man. Oh, there's a bald eagle right there. Go back to this wind. Yeah. Even with the proper planning, sometimes things just turn out different. Yeah. Piece of red. Go the other way. Come on, little fella. That's a nice fish. I land him right. There we go. Oh, brother, what a freaking day. Hammer this one out. So I was coming back down the creek and I was doing the soft plastic and I changed it up a little bit. It went fast. There's the jack hook. There we go. Courtesy of Fish Head Kayak Charters. That was a mercy fish. There we go. That was a mercy fish. It saved the day, basically. Show you what I was using, the tiger tail slayer. It's 3.5 on that jack hook. And this was pretty much a top water retrieve with a couple jerks. Jerk paws. Fish liked it. It wasn't bouncing off the bottom, it was on top. Alright, now we're on the last segment of Feeder Creek till we hit the main creek for the launch, and you could see what I was talking about earlier about it getting skinny, man. And, on a negative, it makes it real dicey. If it was a negative today, I would have stuck with the plan and went out front and back down the main creek. But I think we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. So yeah, earlier I was talking about what I do for planning a trip. The prep, you know, the tides, the wind, the weather, what have you. And even with that, sometimes it doesn't go as planned, right? That wind today is much stronger than what was predicted. So my plan A changed, right? There's no way I was going to go all the way out front against that. I just didn't feel up to it. I mean, it makes fishing difficult, right? Positioning and getting the cast and one cast, and you got a position and one cast, you got a position. That's no fun. But with that, I mean, the knowledge of the tides still comes into play. Well, and knowledge of this area too. That I knew what the low tide was going to be today. And because I was aware of it, there's a osprey with, looks like a fish. So I was aware of the tide. I knew it wasn't a negative. And because I knew that, I was able to change my plan and get back to the ramp, or work my way back to the ramp. I'm not back yet. With the knowledge that this creek, while skinny, would still let me pass and save that darn trip out front and against the wind and then back. So even if one part of it's wrong, still have the information you need to continue with the trip. Okay, Main Creek. Ramp's right around the corner. Wind is still pretty strong. I'll dial up the stats here. Quiet day today. Everyone had sense but me. Well, I did see a crab bite. Okay, let's see what we have. A trip. We are only at 4.39 miles. Somebody on the road. 4.3, it's 2:45. It's a wrap, folks. It is a wrap. What a day, man. So